Mm. Trying to steal your style, dog. Trying to steal your style, dog. Let it hear the sound. Trying to steal your style, dog. So I've been listening to a lot of fucking Gunna and Lil Baby recently. Mainly Lil Baby, but Gunna's sick too on the mic. Trying to steal your style, dog. Trying to steal your style, dog. Let it hear the sound. Let it hear the sound. Hello, what's good? Too Calm Danto here. About to react to another video. Today we're doing some basketball. It's the All-Star Game highlights we have right here. I've been hearing a lot about this. So this happened, I think, last night, yesterday, something like that. But a theme that's been going on with the All-Star Game is that players don't seem that interested in wanting to really. Well, not. I don't know if it's that they're not interested. It's just when you compare it to the old days or the older days of the All-Star Game, there was more competitiveness within the sport, within the All-Star Game itself. And I don't know when it happened exactly, but along the way, it seems to have lost its competitiveness, like its competitiveness. And it's starting to really show. And from what I've heard, last night's game, I think it, what was it, like 200? That one, was it the East? First of all, the East is ridiculously strong. I saw a thread either on Twitter or somewhere, or no, I think it might have been on Instagram, I think. And it was someone talking about the score being like 200 or something. And, normally the East is the one on the losing side in terms of the All-Star Game when it comes to East versus West. But then they stopped doing the whole East versus West thing and brought the captains thing, which the captains thing was quite good. Also, apologize if I lose my point along the way. I know my hair is black, but in reality, I'm actually a ditzy blonde. But East not only won this All-Star Game, but they won it by like more than 10. Was it like 19 points? Or was it like 15 points? Something like that. Double digits anyway. And to score, they made the record first of all and scored 200 points in an All-Star game. Damian Lillard apparently on fire. We're about to see now, but this does not help against the argument of the All-Star game just ain't competitive. It isn't what it used to be. And I remember seeing one little clip. We'll probably get to it at some point, but it was like of Luka and Jokic just passing the ball to each other without him bouncing it, and it was just ridiculous. The fact they could get along the. Let's get into this game. You know what? Let's watch it. Let's watch this.
We'll put it in the air. Jokic control board. And it's Durant guarding on Antetokounmpo, who fires it to Tatum, and that's how the scoring starts.
Also, shout out to Hooper Highlights, them, and there's another there's another account. There's another YouTube channel that also does like highlights of basketball matches, basketball games. It's between them and this YouTuber Hooper Highlights, where I watch all the highlights and stuff, because obviously living in the UK in London, it's quite hard to stay up and even be up for a game, like the beginning of a game, but to then stay up for a game, like an NBA game, because they're usually on around like midnight onwards for us. It's tough. So usually I wait till the next morning. I watch the highlights of the game. But at times, if I can catch it, or if it's an important enough game like the finals, then I'll try and watch it. But
that's kind of been excluded from our game. Tatum, the MVP of the All-Star game a year ago.
The most beautiful sound in all of boxing. maybe outside of a powerful dunk, but
Tatum, the MVP of the
Shai
All-Star game a
Gilgeous.
year ago.
Oh,
Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. Damian Lillard won the three-point contest.
LeBron.
Back-to-back.
Right.
Let it go. Great trick. Damian Lillard.
He's what, 39 now? 38, 39?
Won the three-point contest.
Okay, he put a hand on him or something, but it was barely anything. But look who's matching him. Why doesn't Tatum go for it? Like, where's the competitive spirit in this? Like, why is someone not challenging that and trying to... Oh, man. I remember, I think someone was saying it on a tweet, like saying like how disappointed Kobe would be probably at this point because the All-Star game is starting to just drop in competitiveness. And I think there's even an interview about him talking about the All-Star game as well and how it's changed.
Yesterday, back-to-back. Let him go. Great trade coming.
People, you know, I'll talk about it again if he does another highlight. So let's watch this.
How many minutes LeBron plays will be interesting tonight. Durant going up top of the line, able to finish it. Cannot finish it. Here comes Giannis to Lillard and Halliburton. How about the kid from Oshkosh?
Halliburton. Was he the Pacers?
Kyrie. Gilgeous-Alexander defending it, and Halliburton drills down.
But with LeBron, right? The thing is, people are always like, he's, for me, number 2 all time. I'm a Chicago Bulls fan, and the reason I am is because of Derrick Rose and also, just as importantly, Michael Jordan, if not more important. I say Derrick Rose first because I've watched and heard about... Michael Jordan was my favorite player and probably the first player I even knew when it came to basketball. And then Kobe Bryant and Shaq. And then I've maybe heard, and obviously like you hear about the other like legends here and there, but for me, I did my research to find out who the others were, like Magic and people like that. Michael Jordan basically informed me about basketball. Kobe Bryant, I think around 2010, 2011 was the reason I wanted to actually properly start watching basketball. Derrick Rose is then the reason I chose to pick the Bulls. And that's why I have a fucking depressed expression on my face half the time, because obviously he got injured. But LeBron is number 2 all time. MJ is number 1 in my opinion. And my opinion doesn't count for much because I'm just one person in the world of almost 8 billion, 9 billion people. Right? But if you had told me nothing about his accolades in basketball or anything, and just told me he's been in the NBA for 20 plus years, and he's, for majority, once he started to make decent money, spent a huge amount to keep his body in great shape, I wouldn't be surprised if he was still dunking and stuff like that at this, especially knowing how he came into the NBA, like being this big 6'8", 6'9" dude or something like that, who had guard skills, who could dunk on anyone and just finish inside the paint better, and had a tiny bit of a jumper. But I feel like his jumper really improved maybe his last year in Cleveland, and then in the Lakers. I've loved LeBron in the Lakers, but I've never understood why people are so surprised. I mean, don't get me wrong, yeah, no one's ever done it, but has anyone been able to spend $1 million on their body every single year like LeBron? I know for damn sure AD isn't doing it. Halliburton again.
Guys who are playing in the All-Star game and they play in that whole city. Are you kidding me right now?
But just look at the demeanor of everyone in there. You know what? LeBron looks like he's the only one ready to sprint on the fast break. I'll give him that credit. Like, everyone else just looks they're just kind of standing there and just letting everyone walk about. But that was a sick shot from Halliburton.
in this first quarter. 4
Like,
minutes
look.
in. Jokic, how about Luka?
And everyone's like, don't get me wrong, I know it's the All-Star game. I know they play, well, they try to play 82 games. A lot of them aren't able to. These guys are all the guys who are able to meet that standard. Otherwise, I guess they wouldn't be in the All-Star game. But just, that's the word, the competitiveness is just, it's not there enough. Like, yeah, they want to win. Notice how the All-Star game, when they had the stipulation where the winner, they had like, what was it? In what was it, in the first 2 quarters or first quarter, they would play for like a certain amount of money and that would be a game. Then the game would restart for the second quarter and they would play, and then it was whoever won the third or fourth quarter, something like that. And then they won money to then give to charity. That was one of the best All-Star games in a very long time for me because there was competitiveness. But it seems like it was only because there was something to gain at the end of it, even though it was for charitable purposes. But still, look at the Lakers in the play-in tournament
Very good friends between Doncic and
compared to in regular season up till now. Now the Lakers have been doing really well.
5.5 minutes into this first quarter. Tyrese Halliburton.
Ooh.
So playmaking.
See, there needs to be more of that running on the fast break. Someone trying to get in between Giannis and the rim, like some shit. Like, that's all it needs. A bit more effort in competitive. That's 3. Yeah, you don't leave him.
On the second chance opportunity, East back in front.
Like, they're literally letting LeBron just run down and dunk.
And doing it and continuing to do it at a high level. Again, Damian Lillard with a 35-footer.
You see what I mean? They say, and look, don't get me wrong, he is doing it at a high level. But don't you kind of expect that from someone like LeBron, who's built like he is, but on top of that? So not only has he got these super genes or genetics about him that he's had that a lot of basketball players do not get. That was one of the main things about LeBron, was that he was big, but he was like a god, big god, powerful, could dunk on anyone, could dribble around anyone, like passing immaculate, probably one of, if not the best passers of the game outside of Magic Johnson. But he said it himself, he spends a whole ton of money on his body to keep himself in tip-top shape. So when you've done that for so many years, I'm not surprised he's doing this at this age. Maybe I'm starting to be surprised a bit more now than like when they first started to, like maybe like 1.5, 2 years ago or something like that, when he like first turned, I don't know, like 37 or some shit. But I will tell you this, if he's still doing this shit at like 40, like averaging 30 and stuff like that, fair play to him. But my God, like and I notice how they like to do that a lot more with the American. I feel like they do a lot more with the American players than they do with most of the international players over there. They big up the American ones a lot more than they do the. Because look how long they still had LeBron as the best player, even though it was kind of clear. Like, oh no, you know what? No, he was. He was still the best player then. I was gonna say when Giannis started playing, and when it was between Giannis, LeBron, and KD at one point, I felt like it was more between KD and Giannis, and LeBron was like a close second or third.
To be able to get that honor, I know that meant a lot for Jake.
A sweet little baseline turnaround. Chance at the last shot. Stephen Curry says trap him. They find Maxey in the corner, and that one goes down.
Look at that.
Chance at one last shot.
They're just not.
Edwards, it'll count if it goes. It has been quite the week for you, and the weekend is Paolo Banchero finally gets one on a.
For me to even be next to them, I'm humbled, but we grow basketball
here.
Yeah. And it's been 18 years after by LeBron.
Devin Booker. Yep.
Stern now with them. but I'm somewhat cool, I think.
Oh, a one-foot
What?
runner by
What?
Donovan. Remember, we hit the air talking about the East roster. Half of their players. LeBron
Now that would have
almost
been nice. That would have been nice.
by Donovan. Remember, we hit the air talking about the East roster. Half of their players.
See, that one only surprised me because of how long he was in the air for. That was almost Michael Jordan-esque in terms of length in the air, but Michael Jordan was still in the air for long
The air
times.
talking about the East
But my
roster.
God.
Half of their players. LeBron almost.
Unless it looks that way just because he's that
Half
big,
of
but
the
I
East
don't
roster,
think so.
25 years or younger, and 4 first-timers like that, guys. It's 11 for Damian Lillard. Now with the Milwaukee Bucks, all those years at Portland. Paul George, the former Pacer, and a foul, and it goes.
Just checking
Paul
something.
George.
So
Yes.
let me just check something. Okay, no good. Should I have it like this, or should I change it to this? You know what? We'll keep it like this. We'll keep it like this.
The closers of the West.
Karl Anthony Towns going coast to coast.
Ooh, that was nice.
It's a great run here for the Minnesota Timberwolves.
Trae
Best
Young.
record in the West. 2 All-Stars. Giannis gets the offensive board, hammers it down. Gilgeous-Alexander.
My God, look at the score, man. 15-point lead.
Back. Durant denies that one. George runs it, sets it up for LeBron. There's a highlight for LBJ.
Why are you bringing up?
I'm just
You're,
saying,
if you're,
it's like there's
if you're an
memories.
OKC fan, they don't want to hear that. Oh, no, he didn't. No, he didn't.
Trey with the patented boom.
No, watch the New York Liberty, the WNBA.
Oh, and he done it on my favorite player in the. Oh man! So when it comes to favorite players, all-time favorite player ever for me, Michael Jordan. But if we're talking players currently playing today, my favorite player is Kevin Durant. Followed closely by people like Kawhi Leonard, Giannis, who else would be in my favorites there? Devin Booker. He's really sick. Kyrie, Steph. Yeah, love those guys. Such sick individuals. Oh, and John Morant. John Morant is sick. When his head is on the game of basketball, so sick. So sick.
It's like there's
If you're an
memories.
OKC fan, they don't want to hear that. Oh, no, he didn't. No, he
Ooh,
didn't. If you're an OKC
that
fan, they
movie's
don't want
such
to
a
hear that. Oh, no, he didn't. No, he didn't.
Trey with the patented boom.
No, watch the New York Liberty, the WNBA. They've got a good one for a long time. And Reggie, you were saying earlier about your ideas for next year.
How about them two versus Steph and Dame? I would love to see that.
I like that.
I would.
like, what is this?
Two versus.
You're Jason Tatum just slowly walking towards the other court. Well, to the other half, to their half. Damian Lillard, to be fair, he was the one right at the back. Was he inbounding? Like, what?
Reggie, you were saying earlier about your ideas for next year.
How about them two
Yeah, he was.
versus
Okay,
Steph
I think he was
and
inbounding,
Dame?
maybe,
I
but
would love to see
I
that.
like
it's
that.
just.
I would love
that-
to see that.
oh, man.
Like
I
that.
don't
Listen,
know.
kudos
I don't
to
know.
Steph and Sabrina.
Women's college basketball history, and she's not done yet from the Iowa Hawkeyes.
Oh,
Karl
no,
Anthony
he
Towns.
didn't.
A little sauce going here in the last few possessions.
And let's advance her
Yeah.
I like it.
into
Yes.
the finals
That's a three.
of the actual three-point contest. If she wasn't shooting against the best shooter, on the
He
planet,
had
finals
Kevin
of
Durant
the actual
skanking.
three-point contest. If she wasn't shooting against the best shooter on the
The thing is, he had him skanking. Kevin Durant still almost got there. Just, I was gonna say that's a jump shot.
With the trading 2-1-2 ISA.
Here goes Durant, lays it in. Boy, the East.
Oh, he said he's too little.
Coming out of
Yeah.
it. Let me dream that up well.
Someone's trying to make it competitive.
Halliburton. And teammate to teammate. The Celtics connection, Jaylen Brown and Jason Tatum.
They are
Back
on
up
one
to
from three-point
15.
line.
Okay, yeah, that's 3.
Speaking of,
There's the answer, right?
For an all-star game to eclipse 200 points. And right now we're sitting at 96.
His jump shot is real unorthodox. He almost
Have some unlimited range in this game, Candace.
look at Doncic with an offensive
travel.
Range in this game, Candace.
1, 2. Wait a minute.
Unlimited
Wait a minute. Look at this nigga's footwork. What the fuck?
range in this game, Candace.
1. So 1, 2.
Look at Doncic.
Maybe because that first one's more like a gather step. So 1, 2.
Look at
Yeah.
Doncic with an offensive rebound.
Yeah, let's go back to normal.
We always said he plays.
Sick and tired of hearing a guy go, "Ah." That's a 3.
As well. Curry for 3. Yes, sir. Here he comes. Threes for Curry.
And a steal by the Joker.
That's a pass.
Jokic.
Oh,
Almost a dunk.
2005 in Denver. That was.
he really just can't be asked to jump, can he?
75 type players. Speaking of, they have out west, but it's going to have to start at the defensive end. They have to get
That's a
some
3.
stops here.
Kevin
Can't
Durant. There's a
leave
good
him
start.
open.
There's the start.
And that's a good guy.
That set the all-time record for points and a half. Doncic with a long 3. Antetokounmpo. No
One of my
resistance.
friends says that
You know,
Jokic is the
Counting them down.
he's like a thumb with legs.
And he missed it. And he gets his own. And he lays it in.
Nah, it wasn't me. It wasn't my friend. It was me that said that. It was me that said that.
Maybe we're playing with that.
Which is funny because that's pretty much my body build right now.
64-point game.
Ooh, that
in
passing,
December.
nice.
Giannis set the record, franchise record, is Durant with a 3-pointer
It's like they played together.
from the West.
I was about to say Curry and Steph. We've seen that
They
before.
got it in him.
The
Doncic.
pass.
He'll take it. Tatum.
Oh, okay.
Rare dunk from Doncic. Just a cool
I feel like-
piece for
I feel like he wanted to do more than that there, but because Tatum was there,
He'll take it. Tatum.
Oh, okay.
or maybe
rare
not.
dunk
Maybe not.
from Doncic. Just a cool 30 piece for Dame Dollar.
Uh-oh.
What?
Oh, wow. That was multiple flat tires.
That was funny. One thing though, people keep Doncic already, since he started the league, he's one of the best players in the NBA since he joined. And that's ridiculous because he, like I think a few of the other guys, they didn't go the traditional route of like through college and all that stuff, or even through like the G League. They did it through over in Europe, obviously. And Doncic, I remember me and my friend was watching highlights of Doncic as he was playing professionally over in is it Spain? Or, I think it was Spain. He played for Real Madrid, the basketball team, I think. MVP and everything. And I remember we were watching highlights, and then we started to hear people like Stephen A and others saying that he's wet behind the ears. It's not going to transfer over to the NBA. The NBA is the big leagues. And it's funny they all say that now because all these guys who could then come from there and come to this league, and they've got like instant success, so like Wembanyama, Luka Doncic, people like that. I think even Joel Embiid, like I can't remember, I think he's from Nigeria. But point is, and a lot of them that came over here when they were playing, if they did play in Europe, like professionally or whatnot, they would all come and tell you that they play better and tougher defense in Europe than they do in the US of A, where basketball has come from. And towards Doncic, he's already one of the best players in the league. In my opinion, he's like top 5. I believe he's top 5 worthy, top 10, top 5. The only thing you've got to worry about is his defense, but people don't realize if he even gets slightly better defensively, we could be looking at the new face of the NBA, the new best player on the planet, definitively, like every fucking year. That's what we could be looking at. That's the slight difference between Doncic and maybe someone else like a LeBron, like a Giannis, like a KD, like even a Tatum now, because I consider Tatum to be in that upper echelon now because he's still young. He's already been to like 2 finals or at least 1 final. He's had big moments in the playoffs. He's also had some bad moments in the playoffs, like the finals, that he needs to make up for. But bro, Luka Doncic is special. I think players like him are special. Ja Morant, special. Anthony Edwards, special. Devin Booker, special. But we kind of knew about him a bit. We knew about him before some of the others came along. But Anthony Edwards, that's another good one. He's another one of my favorites. But the thing is, right, Ja Morant and Anthony Edwards, for me, remind me so much of people like, I think I even saw someone put something up of like a picture of Anthony Edwards doing a dunk, and right behind him was like Vince Carter, and then it was Kobe, and then it was MJ. That's who Ja Morant and Anthony Edwards remind me of. Such athletic guards that play bigger than what they are, but still have that natural guard tendency to them to pass, to make the right pass, to shoot the jump shots when they need to score from 3. I guess I need to watch more of both of them to see who's better from 3, but I forgot that's where we paused this up.
Speedway flat tire. Oh my God.
Ooh.
That was a Motor Speedway flat tire. Oh my God.
Ooh. From half court.
Did y'all see this?
Oh my
So
God.
we did some editing of the dunk you had and then the one you didn't have. Could you take us through the hops?
I was feeling myself.
What was the point of slowing down?
Luca, we watched you over the weekend and just how much you and Joker had fun playing on the court, but then also in the locker room.
Those guys, it's incredible. Luca, less than 30 games left in the second half of the season. You guys picked up what I thought was a smart move in PJ Washington. Kind of talk to us. Tell us.
It was a lob threat, big defender. PJ can play both sides. So we got bigger, that's for sure. And,
Our difference presented by Jordan Brand's Access 23. Well, the great young stars is Tatum powers one down.
Look at the score, my guy. 119 to 140. 20-point lead. Like at this point, this is where everyone's saying seems like no one's fucking playing defense or anything like that. But my goodness.
He's posting up PG.
And a little turnaround on him. And there's Bancaro. That's been one of the craziest stats from this week is George.
Like, look at this shit. They're literally just launching it across the court at this point.
Paul Bancaro was 2 years old when LeBron James played his first All-Star game.
Come home. I didn't know really what to expect, but I did know that Indiana as a whole does a great job of putting on events. Super Bowls.
ChatGPT.
I heard Jaylen Brown kind of flopped one of his dunks during the All-Star game, during the slam dunk contest. And what wasn't it like a dunk over Kai Cenat? Like, pretty sure a lot of people could probably jump over Kai Cenat. I almost said Jai Cenat. Yeah, I'm pretty sure a lot of people could have dunked over Kai. No offense to Kai, obviously, but.
The 17 degrees.
Hey, Reggie. Yeah.
Ooh.
If you had a chance of being cold or being around a bunch of homeless crew, if you had
Underrated handles. Kyrie, I would say he's probably one of the very few who has better handles than Stephen Curry. I'm not even gonna lie to you. I think it's only Kyrie who, in my opinion, who has better handles than Steph Curry. It's just you don't usually see Steph always doing these dribble moves or getting the ball, and he'll do it, but usually he keeps it simple. Do a little dribbles here and there to get to certain parts of the court because he's more focused on trying to involve his team and trying to get the best shot. Same as Kyrie, but Kyrie's more about trying to dissect them himself. That's just the way I see it. Like, he's more of trying to break them down and kind of like making sure they think he's about to shoot like off a dribble move or get to the rim and finish it. He's one of the best inside finishers ever. With Steph, usually your concern with him is him running around the court with the screens, but the movement he does, the way he's able to keep doing it, to then catch and it's already up in the air. Or he'll dribble it up from his side of the court, up past half court. Just look at the rim, just decide. But when he wants to start dribbling, like when he wants to start shaking people,
if this team gets healthy,
woo!
and with the addition of Pascal Siakam, Miles Turner, if those guys are healthy, Tyrese Halliburton, the way they play with him.
I think LeBron just hurt a little bit.
Is Cat really just a stat padder? Because he's scoring, but like no one really cares. But he wants his buckets, but I've heard that was a problem that he's had. Like from the whole Jimmy Butler situation and other stuff.
I mean, they've always been able to score.
I thought Booker was going to dunk that.
I think they solved that.
And they're hoping OG Anunoby can return. And Randall, an all-star this year, unable to participate with the shoulder injury. They're hoping to get them all back. Going up top, Curry. Oh, flies.
So do you remember in 8th and 9th grade when you did that?
Yes.
You were like, oh my God, I slapped the backboard.
Donovan Mitchell.
We've had some. Wow.
Yeah, NBA ready, NBA body ready.
Drop.
Yes, indeed.
Okay, maybe not.
Look at his size. Scotty Barnes, too. He and Trae Young added to
That's
this
a
all-star
dunk.
team. Scotty Barnes making the most out of it.
Flew.
He's one of the great young
Defense that's standing out for me.
21-point lead.
Scotty Barnes is down at the other end, picking up full court.
Well, he's been in this
Sorry about that.
stops together.
Look at this. No. Oh, Jalen Brunson going up.
I thought that was Brunson.
And
All right, nigga, let go of the goddamn.
Review, saying it was goaltending, hanging on the rim.
Bit of a tumbling dunk there. Oh, off the glass.
Did he
Lucas
bank
then
it? Did he
called
call it?
Carroll, the offensive board.
Oh no, this is
No dribbles. No dribbles. Oh, you look at you.
The 4 and 3 man
Dribbles. No dribbles.
the fact they're allowed to get away with doing that. So, and when I mean get allowed, no defenders trying to get in there and try to do anything to stop it. He's probably keeping an eye on him, but also being conscious of maybe being conscious of AD right behind him. But these two, and again, I'm not a professional basketball. I'm just going based off what I've seen and comparing it to what would have been done in the past in like NBA games or whatever. Not off of me, because I'm not better than anyone on this court. I'm probably not better than anyone that's sitting in the stands right now watching the game. I'm sure I would probably lose a 1v1 to a ref. But this is unacceptable, man. The fact they're able to just do that, no one's trying to stop them or anything, all the way to the rim. And after all that,
No dribbles. No dribbles.
Jaylen Brown was following him the whole time, didn't do anything. And then he just goes straight up with it.
Oh, you look at you.
And it's all smiles and laughs on the team that just got scored on like that.
This whole time when they were running.
bringing the old players back.
Like,
Yes.
that kind of play would have been really sick if they pulled that off and they were playing defense. They were playing hard. Like, you know how sick that would have been if it was done, keeping it over them whilst they're trying to actively stop them and put a hand in the midst of it. That would have been so much better. But that was like a little funny ha-ha moment. But if I'm honest, you just look at that and think no one's even really trying. And knowing that the All-Star games is supposed to be about the best of the East versus the best of the West, and they're not playing any defense, and it's supposed to be the best versus the best. It used to be competitive because it was the best against the best. Now it's just lovey-dovey and everything, and in a competitive sport, I don't think it's a great look in a competitive sport. A sport that's supposed to be like, obviously this is the fun weekend, but damn.
allowing the legends to come back and be around the new stars.
Another bank shot.
They are making some ridiculous shots though, to be fair.
NBA champ, triple double, savant. I mean, I just love to be able to honor a great. I mean,
but what's that a travel doing?
NBA champ, triple double, savant. I mean, I just love.
So you do like 5 steps.
Champ, triple double, savant.
Let's have a quick look. This video needs to be over as well because there's been some decent moments, but my god, got the ball 1, 2, 3, 4, or maybe 3. I think that might have, you know what, he probably could get away with that one, to be fair. But oh shit,
A great, like the Big O.
Trying to make it a
AD still trying to hit threes. Was it Stephen A said to AD? Pardon me. Oh no, he said it to LeBron where he was saying, "Stop shooting threes. Stay off the three. The three. Lead."
This is the stretch run right now that these players are looking forward to. Towns going again. Sign him up for the dogs for the All-Star game at some point. You would think.
Yeah, you know what? Sign him up for the dunk contest because my god, he's pulled off some sick dunks. I ain't even gonna lie. For someone that don't even need to jump.
Official host of All-Star. Look at
Jokic. 178 to 200.
Got it in him. How about you, Candace?
You know, I'm with Reggie. I think
over 200 goes the East.
Back threes.
96 was the previous record. That was 2016 by the West All-Star. Towns.
And that's the thing. Towns, I swear he's won a 3-point contest as well.
And Dame shooting from half court
as well. It's second half court shot of the game.
Stop it.
It comes to a merciful end. Go ahead, Joker. Get one up. It's a dunk. Dunk contest. That right there. Contest. And go ahead, Joker. Get one up. It's a dunk. Dunk contest.
You know what? It's a shame because, to be fair, it may not be as competitive, but you know, it is good seeing the players like actually having fun and enjoying it and like being able to joke around like this and stuff. But I think it's just, I think the reason why I say it's not a good look is because it's supposed to be like it's a competitive sport, but the All-Star game used to be like those, like this all wholesome stuff would usually come like afterwards or in between games, like not during the actual play and stuff, like where they're just like jogging down the court, doing a few little dribbles, just going up for half-court shots out of nowhere, which are tough, but damn, man. Because they're genuinely having fun with each other. And no animosity, any of them $35 jerseys, you can sod right off, mate. Fuck off, mate. Right. Well, that was the All-Star Game highlights. Shout out to, what's their name? Is it Hooper's Highlights? Yeah, Hooper Highlights. Hopefully I'll remember to put their description down below in the video. But please like, subscribe, comment. I will see you in the next video. All right. Take care.